Hello everyone, and I'm very proud to be with another star of DBMCI with rank 58 in the INICET paper, Dr. Harshit Anand. Welcome, Dr. Harshit. Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right. Harshit actually was our 3-year foundation course student, and he was also the COVID batch student, right, Harshit? Yes. So, how did you started your journey with us?
I started my journey in around third year. After completing my second year, I started a journey. I started studying seriously then. And the first step I took towards it was joining DBMCI and eGurukul. So this is when I started, and this is when I started taking things seriously after my first class with the judge. So yeah, this is how it started.
Okay.
Uh,
So you started with radio, right?
yes, radio. Rajat then sir takes the first class of offline classes, and that's how he sets the tone. Though radio is not a main subject or even a subject that is taught separately in our course, but the way he starts the course and he sets the tone for the whole next 2 or 3 years that we're going to take studying. So he gives us the confidence, and he gives us the confidence in eGurukul also, that we can trust them, and they are trustworthy, and they have the experience that we need, and the trust that we need we can show on them. And they like Rajat sir took radiology and he covered all the subjects. It was not a radio class, it was a 19 subject class that he took, and he showed us all everything, all the different subjects, and how they can be correlated. And apart from that, he used to tell us how to study, which is the main part of studying. Like the first step towards studying is knowing how to study. So yeah, these things are something that a teacher teach, like apart from the subjects, can help the student to grow and reach his maximum potential. So this is what our journey started. This is how our journey started. Yeah.
Right. And then when COVID came, you shifted to eGurukul app, right?
Yes. Yeah. So before in our third year, there eGurukul was not that prominent. It was on its developing stage, as I remember. But after COVID struck, the all the systems were halted at once. All the classes, everything was halted. We just went home, nothing to do, and there was no nothing forced, like nothing guiding us, nothing telling us to study. So we're just there. We're just there.
Hmm.
And then these Bhatia people, they told us that in our groups they were telling us that we are starting live courses again through the live app. Also, the eGurukul is a functional now. The videos have been uploaded. You can also use that as a study material, because anyways the classes are not being done right now. So there's no time restraint constraint that we have, that we only can go to classes on Saturday or Sunday or something. So we can watch it at our own pace, and that is when I shifted to eGurukul from live classes. And that was a major turning point, because live classes, it's a personal opinion, but I feel that live classes can be a bit hectic, and you can lose your attention after a few hours. And then after that, you're just passively making notes or whatever. You're just passively listening and not actively considering and gathering things. So for that, I think eGurukul provides a platform where you can actively participate and actively listen with concentration for the whole time, and take your breaks whenever you need it. Whenever you want to concentrate, whenever you want to see a different source and you want to check your basics and everything, well, you can just pause it and do it. This is something that the eGurukul provides you, nothing, and no live classes can provide you with. So that is why I chose to eGurukul, and that was a good step towards my journey.
Right. So which videos you followed more religiously and which videos you liked most?
Actually, I kind of I'm a fan of Tamim, I would say. No? I'm a fan and rather than a student. His concepts and the way he teaches, like you just love the subject. Then it's no more a subject for you; it's less like a story for you. And he just starts from the basics, and then he builds up, and then he just throws a slide in there saying, "Ye dekho Harrison mein ye dikha hai." So like that's how it starts, and then it goes on, and it's not a burden for you anymore. I saw Tamim sir videos religiously in my 6th and 8th time during my medicine posting, and so that I have a time limit to complete medicine, my posting for 40 days or whatever that is. I can complete my posting and my medicine videos till then. And after that, when I asked my seniors what should I do for PG preparation specifically, because I can't give that much time and I can't study everything there is to, because medicine per se, there are a lot of questions asked, but those questions are not something that you need to study for. because those questions are something that's basic, and if you have your basics right, you can do it. So it's not like you need to study for medicine as much as you need to study for path or for anatomy or something like that. So what my senior told me was to just follow Tamim sir's this rapid revision, this LMRP, and that was LMRP was the like it made Tamim medicine from a very long subject to just a half day subject, and you can just go through it, and whenever you want, you can just complete your own medicine. You can make your own list apart from that, if whatever you think that is more important. But that is what the LMRP was a very good step, and LMRP was a very good tool for me to complete medicine. So yes, LMRP was also a good tool apart from eGurukul.
And why, Harshit?
Why? Yes, actually, this Dr. Sunil Garg, he advised Vibe to me after my November exam, and he told me that see, INIs are very fond of asking questions from image, and even if you have seen that image, you know that image, you will be confused there. There's no doubt about that. So you don't need to see one image; you need to see 5 images at once, so that you can differentiate between them. And then he said that follow Vibe for that. Then I did open Vibe, and I asked Anu ma'am to give me Vibe, and she was she was generous, and she provided me with me with Vibe. I started Vibe, and the Vibe was very very good. Vibe was like hats off to the persons who make the Vibe and the photos they gather, because they were direct questions from Vibe, and I felt that I have an edge over other people because I have done this question, and I've seen this question. I've seen the options that are given. I've seen those options clearly, and I know what their options are. Even the histoplasma, like the differentiation between histoplasma, leishmania, and the other organisms that are intercellularly present, you can differentiate between them. And they have shown it in Vibe at once. So yeah, Vibe gives you an edge over everybody else, because you know everything. Your confidence rises, and you can solve the questions in half the time the other people solve it. So everything is positive for Vibe, and Vibe gives you an overall picture of the whole 19 subjects. Because if you study the 19 subjects, maybe if you study Vibe for 5 hours before the exam, like I studied Vibe 1 hour, 1 day before the exam, and those 5 hours that I gave for Vibe was better than the last 3 or 4 days that I gave for the preparation. That is how much Vibe is important. So I think Vibe is a very good tool
So,
for the
any
preparation
particular
of INI.
subject that you liked more in the Vibe or the most?
Micro was the best, path and radio. These were the subjects that you need to do, because these are the essentials, and the question, the photos are confusing in this question, in this subjects. So in this subject, if you do Vibe, you have a very good edge over other people. Yes.
All right. Then, how did you actually relate it with the test and discussion? You were telling that it helped you
Yes,
in
yes.
schedule.
Yeah, so actually, I tried to complete my subjects, my basic reading and basic notes of the subjects before my internship. After my internship, I started with the TND discussion group. So I had the TNDs used to be conducted every 1 week or something. So this 1 week used to be my time limit for the subject, and that time limit is very important, because in PG preparations, everything is about your framework, how you're framing it up, how much time are you giving to your subjects, your weak subjects, and to your strong subjects. But those understanding takes a very long time, and if you give a lot of time in those understanding only, the time passes very fast. So with this TND, these people, they know everything, that how much time should be given for each subject. So if a subject like surgery, they used to divide it in 3 to 4 parts, and then every part you should be would have been given 1 week or something. So they used to divide it for us, and we don't have to work for it. And that gives us a check, that gives us in check that we are not spending more time in something that's not needed, and we are spending more time in something that's more important and more needed, so we can have more revisions of that part. So yes, and the discussions are so precise that they focus on previous years, but not exactly the previous years. They focus on the previous year topics. So because INAs are notorious, they just change one tiny thing in the question, and then now that's not a previous year, now that's a previous year topic now, and the question answers may be different. So that is very important, and they help us in realizing it. They even go back to 2011, 12 questions when they need it, and I've seen those questions being repeated. And I've seen, like, in my normal attempt, I only gave 4 GTs or 4 tests, and like 4 GTs or something before my November attempt. But after my November attempt, I gave around 8 GTs before the May attempt, and that helped my that helped my growth. And I used to I could recall this question. I know only because I gave this in the GT and I prepared for it in the GTs. And so yeah, test and discussions and GTs. These were the building blocks in the final part of the preparation.
All right. So you have actually precisely told the importance of the test, and I think that is very well required for the upcoming aspirants, I think. Right. So Harshit, any other piece of advice that you would like to tell from your journey?
Okay. Actually, I like to tell my juniors that first of all, GTs are don't give GTs just for the rank. Give your GTs for your confidence. Like those rank won't shouldn't decide your confidence. The subject, the understanding of the subject, the things. What's important is the subject that you have learned or the topic that you have learned. You should be able to solve questions from it. If there's something that you don't know only, if you haven't read it about it, if you haven't read about it, don't be upset that you don't know about this. And because if you have to see that if it's important, if it's a previous year topic, if it's important, if it's asked everywhere, only then think about it and learn it. Be smart in the preparations, be smart on what you read, and try to read what you can recall, what you can revise. Don't try to read everything because you won't be able to revise everything. Read what you can revise. That's the main motive. Read what you can revise.
Right. So amazing piece of advice and amazing rank, Harshit. We are very,
Thank you
very
so much.
happy to be a part of your success story, and we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors also.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.